Mr. Clinton. Mr. Clinton. Come on, boy. Jump up. We're going to do a video. We're going to do a video together. I can't do the video without you. Mr. Clinton, come on, get up here. Clinton. Come on. I can't do the video without you. Clinton. He'll show up later. Hey everybody, how's it going? So today what I want to discuss is Peloton not allowing you to use the treadmill with a Just Run feature unless you have a subscription service. So this is an interesting article from PC World here, and this is something that I found on Twitter. I don't usually find worthwhile things on Twitter, but from time to time. It says here, your Peloton inquiry. We care deeply about the safety and well-being of our members, and we created TreadLock to secure your Tread Plus against unauthorized access. Unfortunately, at this time, Just Run is no longer accessible without a Peloton membership. For this inconvenience, we have waived 3 months of all-access membership for Tread Plus owners. If you don't see the waivers on your subscription and you need help reactivating, please contact our customer support team. So Just Run is the thing that allows you to get on your treadmill, the thing that's made for running in your house that you just paid $3,000 for, and run on it without paying them a monthly fee to do so. And they have this TreadLock thing on it. So apparently children were injured on this treadmill, so they have something on it that makes it a little bit harder for kids to get on the treadmill and use it and hurt themselves. And instead of just adding some sort of pin lock to the treadmill, they made it so that you have to pay for a subscription fee of I think like 20 or 30 or 40 bucks a month in order to secure the treadmill against children using it. So what they're doing is they're taking the pretext of children hurting themselves and using it to create a leasing model for the treadmill. So you don't own the treadmill. You only get to use the treadmill if you pay us every month for the safety of your children. And I'm curious what all of you think about this. To be clear, obviously, treadmills really have little to nothing to do with MacBook board repair, a lot of the things that I talk about. But this one thing that I keep talking about, which is that society is moving to a leasing model rather than owning model for your devices. And there's one comment that someone left in a recent video, which is the problem isn't leasing. The problem is that they're selling you it, so they make you think you own it, when in reality you lease it. It's the same general concept. When I talk about a $2,000 or $3,000 product, and when a $5 charge chip dies on it, you just got to get another one because Apple has told Intersil, don't sell this chip to anybody, so if it breaks, they have to come to us. It's the same general concept that I'm talking about here. It's the same thing that I see happening in the automotive sphere. It's the same thing that I imagine is even with treadmills. Now, you have a lot of people that are pushing back against this and saying, well, why would you buy a $3,000 treadmill if you're not going to pay for their subscription? Clearly, these people are just idiots who are bitching. They should have got another treadmill. And, it's one of those things where they bought the treadmill with the idea that if they wanted to stop paying for the subscription, they could. And then they changed that after the fact. After they sold it to them, they didn't allow them to use it, which to me is just kind of insane. I mean, I don't have a treadmill. I don't use a treadmill. As my personal trainer and good friend always says, a treadmill, it's one of those great things to put your laundry on from like 95% of the people that he speaks to about it. Most people buy a treadmill instead of running outside and then never use it, or they get a home gym and they never use it. So for me, I usually just go and run outside in the morning. I don't have a treadmill. I don't use a treadmill. I'm not familiar with the different price points for treadmills, but personally, even if I bought the treadmill and let's say I decide to stop paying for the subscription, I'd like to still be able to run on it. Or maybe I give it to somebody else that doesn't want to pay for a subscription. Maybe I invest $3,000 in a treadmill for my New Year's resolution, and then like 99% of the world, I don't obey my New Year's resolution. I give up, and then I give it to my cousin. And my cousin may want to use that treadmill without having to pay for a subscription. Again, if I'm just going to give it away, well, I'm going to give it away to somebody. I might as well give it away to somebody that I get along with since I'm not using it. Maybe they want to use it, but they don't want to pay for a subscription. Now, why would you want to get an expensive treadmill and not pay for a subscription? What if I'm giving it away? What if it's going to get used by someone else at a later date that doesn't want to use it? What if I just want to own what I bought instead of lease it from you? And it's just one of these concepts that regardless of the industry you're in, whether it's cell phones, laptops, cars, tractors, medical equipment, treadmills, it's the same pattern that's following throughout society. And it looks like there is a little bit of good news here, which is that after enough enough pushback, it says, they do plan to re-enable your ability to use treadmill to just run with no subscription. I have to assume public pressure is why they made this commitment. So this is after someone from PC Magazine went back and forth via email with someone from Peloton. And it's just like, just why? Why? And and what I find interesting here is that you have stands for the company, and every company has their stands, whether it's Apple, whether it's Tesla, whether it's Asus. You should have seen some of the Asus stuff I got in my other Asus video, and apparently Peloton, where people were saying, "Wow, why would you want the bike or the tread without the membership? It goes hand in hand. I can buy an iPhone, but I can't use it as a phone without my subscription to Verizon, so I see nothing wrong here." And like, just stand. So many. You bought the treadmill. They changed it so you couldn't use this feature after you bought it, and that's okay. And at the end of the day, I think one of the reasons that we will move to this type of society, it's not even because of companies pushing it onto people. It's because of people accepting it. Instead of looking at the company that's trying to milk more money from the users and saying, I don't want to put up with that, or screw you, or I'm going to put up with that right now because I'm stuck because you're the only option, but once there's another option, screw you. They say, yes, screw me harder. Peg me harder, daddy, please. It's on us at the end of the day. Because when I see this, the fact that there isn't universal condemnation, the fact that people that bought this product start defending the product as if the product is, or the company that made the product is their relationship partner, is their spouse. Like, that's a big part of the problem. It's like rampant fanboyism, where people can't accept when a company that they like, that made a product that they like, did something that screwed up. And they go through this like just weird roundabout way of defending them as a means to not have to accept that a company that they liked for this one reason might have just done something wrong. It's something we do with politicians. It's something we do with in more areas than I think we should, and it stops rationality. And that is probably going to be why in 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 years, if this continues in the path that it does, you won't own anything anymore. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. That's it for today, and as always, I hope you learned something. Also, where's Mr. Clinton? He was supposed to accompany me to this video. Clinton! Here, Clinton! Psst, psst, psst. There you are. Come here. Mr. Clinton, are you shy today? Clinton! Clinton! Oh, okay, he's being really shy. Clinton? Come up here. You know I love you, boy. Come up here. You're supposed to be on my chair. You're my kitty. All right. I don't know. He's acting really weird this morning. Every time I go to do a video or read my morning news, he jumps on my chair after meowing, and he sits here like a little panther. Like a little panther that he is. Look at him. He's priming himself like a panther, like he's king of the jungle. And this morning, he was just kind of making this weird crying noise at me without jumping up. So hopefully everything's okay with my little cat. There we go. There we go. Good, Clinton. Good boy. You are such a good boy.